watching Clarion's very own TV5 News Live.
Good evening. It's Tuesday, March 26, 2002. I'm Autumn Giles.
And I'm Kelly Esno. Today our top story. Borough Council held a work session last night. A new contract with the police department was voted on. Clarion Borough Police are going to get a 90-cent raise. The borough's vote on the contract was unanimous with the exception of Councilman Zerfoss, who abstained from the vote due to conflict of interest.
Council was given a heads up last night. County Commissioner Butch Campbell is requesting the parking lot behind the office complex on 7th and South be expanded. Borough Council brought many questions they would like answered before making a final decision. Also, the Clarion Fire and Hose Company is looking to purchase a new fire engine. However, they are seeking $300,000 from the borough. Since the budget is tight, Council needs to study their finances before anything is decided. At the Commissioners' meeting this morning, the Commonwealth's Emergency Management Services Code established a local emergency management agency and developed a comprehensive emergency plan. The agency will have responsibility for activities involving mitigation, preparedness, response, and recovery in order to provide health, safety, and welfare of the residents of Clarion County. The plan has been developed to outline basic operations and procedures to take place in the event of an incident, either man-made or natural, that requires an organized response.
Commissioner Hartle, Commissioner Seifert, and Commissioner Campbell have declared April Sexual Assault Awareness Month. They feel that more people need to become aware of sexual assault because it's a fact that 1 in 4 girls and 1 in 6 boys will be sexually assaulted by the age of 18. The commissioners feel it is a time to react to sexual violence and unite the efforts of everyone who work to end sexual violence and who work to ensure that victims receive justice and adequate treatment. It's a matter of fact that 70% of rape victimizations are never reported. Clarion County does have passages that provides free 24-hour service to victims of sexual assault in Clarion County. Also at the Clarion Commissioners meeting, the Commissioners approved a limited appraisal of Clearview Rest Home. The purpose is confirming the value as it relates to the business income value approach. Also at the meeting, an announcement was made that Commissioner David Seifert was appointed the Clearview Rest Home County Representative. Last month the decision was made that Seifert will serve a 1-year term as the county representative. Commissioner Donald Hartle talked to TV5 and explained why it was just announced at this month's meeting.
Earlier this year, when we had our reorganizational meeting, Commissioner David Seifert, part of his 8 or 9 appointments to commissions and boards, indicated that he was the county representative or the commissioner representative to Clairview Rest Home Incorporated. We have been so indicated by those individuals that they need something in writing indicating that Commissioner David Seifert is the commissioner representative for the year 2002.
A Punxsutawney woman was killed in Jefferson County yesterday. Police say 39-year-old Marianne Schaefer lost control of her car on a slippery road and crossed onto oncoming traffic on Route 36. She was pronounced dead at Punxsutawney Hospital. Her 7-year-old daughter, Alexa, and the truck driver, 63-year-old Claire Neal, sustained minor injuries in the crash. Police say Schaefer was not wearing a seatbelt.
The Clarion Area School Board approved the contribution to Clarion Fire and Hose Company No. 1. This money will help pay for the new ladder truck they purchased last year. Last week, Superintendent William Kaufman said it is important to contribute to the truck because a ladder would be needed to fight a fire if one occurred at the district school. Need a little more time to turn in your taxes? The State's Department of Revenue's Taxpayer Service and Information Center is offering extended service hours to the tax deadline day, April 15th. The assistance is available from 7:30 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday. On March 29th, March 30th, April 6th, and April 13th from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. This is the Revenue Department's busiest time of the year, and more people are filing using the internet to file their taxes.
Do you think we should support the habit of drug addicts? The Allegheny County Health Center Department does. They declared a public emergency for blood-borne diseases and in November approved the first legal needle exchange program. This is illegal without a prescription under Pennsylvania's paraphernalia law, except when they are used as disease control measures. The group will distribute clean needles in health departments' parking lot every Sunday in April. Up next, the Catholic Church is still battling charges. We'll see what a local priest has to say.
And will the only man being prosecuted for September 11th get the death penalty?
But
located on Route 322, 1 mile east of Clarion. Bowl Arena offers rock and bowl every Friday and Saturday night, and a game room with 8 pool tables and arcade games. Bowl Arena also offers bumper bowling for kids' birthdays and league play for adults. Call 764-3471. Again, that's 764-3471.
What is a hero? Are heroes born, or are they made? In after-school programs, your kids will uncover hidden strengths, discover they have the power to change their future, and find the hero inside themselves. Let us know you on after-school programs in your area. Call 1-800-USA-LEARN. After-school programs, helping kids find the hero within.
This portion of the programming was made possible through a grant by the Captain Loomis Hotel and Restaurant. The Captain Loomis Hotel and Restaurant is located at 540 Main Street in Clarion and offers dining as well as a nightclub. The restaurant and nightclub are open 7 days a week for your convenience. Call the Captain Loomis Hotel and Restaurant, 226-8400.
I'm the best thing you ever had. Only things I'm guilty of, giving you too much love, making you crazy, making you rap, making me fall, making me suspect. Seem to think I'm playing her game. Don't you know her? This is me.
There's a better way to have fun with history. Visit americaslibrary.gov. Log on, play around, learn something.
You're watching TV5 with Zeta Tau Alpha.
You're watching Clarion's very own TV5 News Live.
How are sex offenders finding their way into the Catholic Church? The Roman Catholic Diocese of Greensburg has removed 2 active priests after a review of personal files for allegations of child sexual abuse. Earlier this month, the diocese examined the files of other priests involving children. They are looking for anything else suspicious. The last couple of weeks, the Catholic Church has had an awful lot of press coverage. People all over America are asking questions about the current scandals facing the Catholic Church. Although a very small percent of the priesthood are facing allegations, it seems that these days all priests are under scrutiny. With many media sources getting the views of many priests from the Pope to the Cardinal all over the world, TV5 talked to Clarion University's campus minister, Father Jim Faluzak, to get his reaction on recent events.
A lot more publicity when it's a member of the clergy, and in a sense, some of that is justified because it's a particularly severe form, severe abuse of trust, and basically, the worst kind of thing that I think a priest could do. But then the church has to do its best to be advocates, make sure that they do a good job of screening candidates for the priesthood, and they certainly do that, I think.
Prosecutors are looking for testimony to use in the trial against Zacharias Masai, the only person charged in the September 11th attacks. This week, they're interviewing families of victims as the Justice Department considers whether to seek the death penalty against Moussaoui. Deborah Farrick has more.
When the hijacked plane struck their targets, Zacarias Moussaoui was already behind bars in a Minnesota jail on immigration charges, not likely where he thought he'd be. Prosecutors believing Moussaoui may have been destined to be on the one plane that had 4, not 5 hijackers. Defense lawyer David Baugh has been following Moussaoui's case.
Even if he had an alibi from God, his lawyers will have a difficult time saving this young man's life.
Prosecutors accusing Moussaoui of conspiring to carry out terrorist missions and pirate planes, using them as weapons of mass destruction.
The fact that Zacarias Moussaoui's role may be minimal in comparison to Osama bin Laden's does not mean that his role was minimal in an absolute sense. He had a critical role in the worst crime ever committed on American soil. Osama bin Laden can't do any of what was done without Zacarias Moussaoui and without others like him.
It is Moussaoui's likeness to the 19 hijackers that builds the foundation of the government's case. Alleged similarities such as flying, crafting, buying flight deck videos, and getting money from a man who also funneled cash to several of the now dead hijackers. Prosecutors saying also Moussaoui trained in terrorism at an Al-Qaeda camp. But is it enough evidence to lock in a death sentence? Moussaoui's trial has been moved to Virginia, a distant second behind Texas in carrying out executions. Some feel a Virginia jury will be more likely to agree on the death penalty. Maybe, maybe not. Juries facing the question in the last 4 federal trials in Alexandria went for life sentences instead. The difference now, this attack was on home turf and thousands more Americans died. Carrie Lamac's mom was on the flight with Tower 1. The justice viewed her possibly one of 30 people prosecutors plan to call about their loss.
It's just not 3,000 names or numbers, it's 3,000 people who directly touch so many people's lives, and we can never forget that.
Moussaoui has not been charged with murder, but with conspiracy to murder, which can still carry the death penalty.
If there was ever a case where it should be sought for someone who did not actually participate, have a direct hand in the death of anyone, it's this one.
I think it's an overreaching prosecution to try to seek capital punishment against someone who was out of the conspiracy at the time it was culminated.
The Attorney General's deadline to seek the death penalty is Friday. Deborah Farrick, CNN, New York.
Afghanistan's interim leader Hamid Karzai says at least 1,800 people have died in a 6.0 magnitude quake about 140 kilometers north of Kabul. But there's been no reports of injuries to U.S. troops stationed at Bagram Air Base. And military officials say the U.S. is ready to help locals deal with the disaster.
About 100 miles north of Kabul, there was a large earthquake. Central Command reports that there were no coalition or U.S. forces hurt. Reports are coming in of pretty high numbers of local folks, and we're researching and seeing what kind of assistance we can provide at this time.
Johnny Cochran is at it again. The high-profile attorney has filed a $50 million lawsuit on behalf of Thomas Morris Jr.'s family. Morris was one of Brentwood's postal workers who died from inhalation of anthrax. Cochran claims the Kaiser Permanente facility in Marlow Heights misdiagnosed Morris when they told him he had a virus and sent him home. He died 3 days later. Cochran calls the death needless and unnecessary. Kaiser has declined comment on the suit.
Up next, Kelly Martin will be here with today's weather forecast.
Also, the young and old are both accomplishing outstanding feats. While we'll tell you about it next, but first, here's a look at tonight's stock report.
Because I was making money stealing cars. Well, I was 10 when I first got involved with drugs. I skipped school because, you know, nobody cared.
When I first got pregnant, school was not important to me, so I dropped out.
Well, if I don't finish school, then I can't go to college. I mean, that's the whole point of what I want to do with my life.
I still need to go to school to make it for myself.
I think I'm happier now. I know I'm happier now.
This portion of the programming was made possible through a grant by Fox's Pizza Den. Fox's Pizza Den is located on Old Route 66 in Clarion and offers all-day delivery. Phone 226-5555. That's 226-5555. Fox's Pizza Den is open 7 days a week for your convenience. Phone 226-5555.
You know, we sing for millions of girls, but helping out in schools, that's the real deal, baby.
I know our love can multiply.
I'm the cute one, you know what I'm saying? Have you ever been backstage before?
'Cause you're the exit.
I think you'll find that gravity is key in what I do.
Once was one, but now we're two.
I'm spinning out of control.
Oh.
This portion of the programming was made possible through a grant from Clarion Hospital. Clarion Hospital is located off of Exit 9 of Interstate 80. Clarion Hospital offers outpatient services, transitional care, as well as an emergency room open around the clock every day of the year. More than 400 employees and 80 physicians work to serve the community. Call the Clarion Hospital at 226-9500. Clarion Hospital, providing health care to Clarion County and surrounding communities since 1954.
You're watching Clarion's very own TV5 News Live.
Yesterday's weather was quite harsh compared to the weather we are accustomed to. Are these harsh conditions going to stick around? Driving conditions, with snow coming down all afternoon. The roads were slick and parts of Interstate 80 were closed. Area schools let out early. Today, however, brought slightly warmer weather with a lot of rain. As the snow melts, look for slick roads tonight as the temperatures fall. All this rain and snow will help with the drought problems we have experienced over the last couple months.
Well, it sure doesn't look like spring out. What's going on exactly in the weather?
Well, it doesn't look like spring at all, actually. We'll take a look at the maps to see if we have any good weather coming our way. The satellite map is showing that the coldest cloud coverage is directly over the Clarion area. Throughout the continuation of the day, the clouds will continue traveling farther north out of the area. Hopefully the cold clouds will remain out of the region to bring some long overdue spring weather. Let's go to today's front map to see what will be hitting our area. The front map is showing that the northeastern states are the only states that are currently having any active weather. Over Pennsylvania, we are encountering light rain or drizzle. A little bit north of us, they are experiencing a mix of rain, ice, and snow. It seems as though the wind might be carrying the cold weather out of our area. Now we'll take a look at tomorrow's front map to see what we can expect. Tomorrow's front map is showing that unfortunately the rain is here to stay. All of Pennsylvania will be getting rained on tomorrow. With the rain, a low front will also be coming into Clarion. As the rain continues, much wind will contribute to weather. Let's go to the 5-day forecast to see how long the rain will stay. Wednesday, high 40, low 20, mostly cloudy. Thursday, high 53, low 33, partly cloudy. Friday, high 55, low 32, showers. Saturday, high 44, low 31, snow showers. Sunday, high 54, low 27, scattered showers. No spring-like weather yet.
That's too bad. Thanks, Kelly.
Thanks, guys.
You won't find 71-year-old Albert Hanna in a rocking chair. If all goes well, he could become the oldest man to climb Mount Everest this spring. As Keith Oppenheim reports, this mature mountain man is gearing up for a trip of a lifetime.
And most importantly, we have crampons. Without crampons, we're going to be dead.
It's with enthusiasm Al Hanna talks about the verge of death, and that's exactly where he plans to go. By late May, the 71-year-old man hopes to reach the top of Mount Everest. And if he gets there, he'll be the oldest person to have climbed the world's tallest mountain. 2 years ago, he got within 300 elevation feet of the summit, 2 hours climbing, but turned around because of exhaustion and a break in his concentration. That, he says, won't happen again.
I'm not worried about sliding into China, which is 8,000 feet down over this side, and sliding into Nepal, which is 6,000 feet down on this side. I'm not going to think about that this time.
What he is thinking about is his equipment. From ultralight clothes to oxygen bottles, Hannah knows his gear is the key to staying alive. What's the temperature like outside when you're wearing all this?
Well, we're going to be anywhere from 20 above to 40 below. Because we get
actual temperature?
Actual temperature.
Hannah, by the way, still runs his commercial mortgage company and trains at night. He believes firmly his body and mind are ready.
Can think of the summit. I have pictures of it. I have it visualized. I know what the worries are going to be. So we'll get there. I'm going to be there.
In Chicago, I'm Keith Oppenheim reporting.
Most 2-year-olds are just getting the hang of walking, but this little boy is working to become the world's youngest swimmer. His name is Albin. He swims 6 days a week for 30 minutes at a time. In a stretch of water near his home in Alpay, India, family members and villagers cheer him on from the banks. Albin's uncle and coach says his nephew has always been fascinated with water, and it's now become his passion.
Up next, Bill Reinhart will be here with tonight's sports.
But first, here's a look at tonight's Pennsylvania lottery numbers. Hope you're a winner.
I don't want to eat it.
Come on, just one bite.
I don't like it.
This portion of programming is sponsored by Reese Brothers, located in Drake Square Building in Oil City. Reese Brothers offers competitive hourly wage, plus daily bonuses, flexible scheduling, company-sponsored health benefits, and paid professional training. Call today at 1-800-365-3500, extension 684, or 677-9236 for your personal interview, or stop by and visit the Drake Square Building. Reese Brothers, where integrity and technology connect.
Hear the one about the rabbi and the reverend who like to party? A community coalition got them together with local restaurant owners. Now they host drug-free kids' parties.
These guys know how to party.
It's just one example of what community coalitions can do. But it's not the only way to keep kids away from drugs. Visit helpyourcommunity.org to find out what your group can do. Because you get more
when you get together.
Wardrobe for some TV5 News staff provided by Fashion Bugs located in the Clarion Mall. Whether you're looking for junior trendy or fashion for women, they have it all with many different styles. Fashion Bug also offers a wide selection of accessories. Fashion Bug is located in the Clarion Mall, just off exit 62 off Interstate 80. Open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. till 9 p.m., and Sunday from noon till 5.
Well, Bill Reinhart now joins us with the sports, and March Madness is slowly coming to an end, and I know my team, the Pittsburgh Panthers, aren't in it anymore. So why don't you just give us some information
Yeah,
about
I was rooting for the Panthers
who's going to win?
Well, after all the madness in March, the men's college basketball tournament is almost over. Only 4 more teams are left in the NCAA tournament. The Final Four will be played on March 30th, and teams to play are Kansas and Maryland, and Oklahoma versus Indiana. After these games are played, the national championship will be played on April 1st.
Well, he missed 14 of 44 field goal attempts last season with Pittsburgh, barely a 68% conversion rate, but Chris Brown is still going to get a $4.7 million contract covering 4 years with the Houston Texans. As a result, the Steelers will get a 7th-round draft pick as compensation from the new expansion franchise. In turn, Pittsburgh signed Todd Peterson away from Kansas City. Well, silver medalist Mike Richter, goalie for Olympic Team USA in the New York Rangers, calls it quits for this season after suffering a skull fracture just above his right ear. Richter sustained a puck to the head last night, in last Friday's game against the Atlanta Thrashers. The Rangers don't know if he will be returning anytime soon or if this injury will put an end to his career. That's the sports for Tuesday. I'm Bill Reinhardt. Back over to you.
Thank you, Bill. That's the news for tonight. Join us tomorrow night at 7 with Jackie Nillen and Pat Grace. Coming up next, Feedback with Mark Despotakis. Mark will be talking to Lou Ann Williams, the Executive Director of Passages.
For everyone here at TV5, I'm Autumn Giles.
And I'm Kelly Esnell. Have a good night.